Hi gang, and welcome back to Heather Green TMD in O-Gauge. Time for a cup of tea and a chat. Nice decent cup of tea. Oh, one other piece of news before we actually get into the video segments is I am in print, ha 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 ha, with my Class 50. We've made it into the British Railway Modelling April 2021 edition. You'll see my logo there. I'm famous, hurrah, I'm in print. No autographs, not that famous. So anyway, back on, let's crack on. Anyway, where are we up to? Plans in the air, and we are slowly muddling along here. The building, have I done much of that? Well, I'll put the doors in on the inside walls. Discovered that one door is actually a sliding door, not a normal door, and that is into the driver's sign-on room. And you'll be able to see inside there to the late notice cases and things once I've modelled that part. However, the issue being I don't have the correct styrene strip. I'll run me through my drawer of styrene strip and I haven't got the size I want for making the window frames. So the building went on hold, and being in Australia, everything is 2 weeks away. This stuff is ordered. When it gets here, nobody knows really. So that is where the building is at. Time for another slurp. And so, locos, what have I done? Obviously you've seen the N15. Had to play with that, it's going quite nicely now. Happy with that purchase. Schools class that I purchased has still disappeared into the wonderful DHL ether of nothingness. It's just disappeared. Luckily I've had a refund for that logo, and so I got on with Cromptons. Now you'll see in a second we now have the blue Crompton just there. First thing I had to do was paint the orange stripe on it because it was the the 1970s version of Helgen model, so it's got no aerial roof pods, no headlight, which was fine, but it didn't have the orange stripe that I needed. So painted those on. What fun that is. I don't recommend it, it's a horrible job. However, it's done and it makes a big difference visually to the logo itself. And then obviously added the transfers with the overhead warning line flashes on the front, the blue stars in the appropriate location for 22. They all vary slightly on the different logos depending on who put them on when it got overhauled. The other issue is my eyes are definitely going now because I had the shed stickers for Stuart's Lane and I couldn't read them. There was on the transfer sheet Heather Green, Stuart's Lane and Eastleigh, and could I see it? So I'm then magnifying glass and all sorts of things trying to read it. Eventually I found which ones were the Stuart's Lane and fitted those on. The next thing I had to do was 33008. It's the Helgen 33008. Oh, crap. Oh, let's get rid of that. Ow, 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 ow. Go away, cramp. Go away, cramp, you hurt. Right. Trouble with living on the floor. Anyway, right, where were we? So, 33008, the Helgen version is the post-95 version, I think it is. It got repainted after it had been in grey departmental colours. It has a headlight fitted, it has the aerial roof pods, neither of which I wanted. However, one thing is the orange stripe for this one is in the right place. What a relief. So all I had to do was remove the headlight. Now, what fun. I'm going to stick a couple of photos in so you can see. There are 4 bolts on the front panel of the Crompton, and to sand it smooth after I carved off the headlight meant I needed to replace the bolts because no way I could sand it with the 4 bolts in place, so they had to go. Could I find any styrene in the right size? No, but what I did have is some 3D printed shunters poles, and the handle of that are just on the 1mm. So with some 1mm holes drilled in the front and inserted and glued in to replace it. So that was a little bit of a nightmare. I'm not very good with the filler for some reason, and I might have to look at a different sort of filler. The stuff I've got is a Tamiya putty stuff, and it sort of just goes to a sticky mess if you try to rush it too quick. But we have succeeded. It's done. It's got the transfers, the 33008, the blue data panels and the Eastleigh shed. I've had to move one of the British Rail logos up because it was in the wrong place for at least this version, this being the, we'll say 1989 version delivery. There were tweaks, data panels moved around a bit, some were blue, in this case this version here has got the blue, and that is where that is at. Again, a few photos here. So as you've just seen from the photos, which I hopefully have inserted in the right place in this video, you'll see what I mean about the blue data panels and where they are. Yeah, that was quite a challenge because going through the internet and finding pictures of 3388, there's lots of them obviously, but trying to find one of the right date where you can see one side and another photo of the same age of the other side of the logo, so you can get both ends, because each end is different because of the radiator position, and working out where everything goes was interesting. A bit of fun. So that's that. That's where we got up to. I've now ordered for the blue Crompton that's right down the back of the shed the numbers, which are going to be 33055. They're on order. They're in the postal system apparently. They're on their way here. So that'll be an easy little job now, having painted the orange line on. Bit of a recurring theme here, orange lines. So I'm now going to spin you round and take you onto the workbench to see what I am now working on quickly. So this is what we're working on now, 33 in construction sector delivery. Now I've had to remove the sector logo off the side. I've got to do this one at this end yet, and obviously one's the other side, I haven't started. This is just the first side. I've removed the radio pods off the roof, and what I've also done is painted out the orange stripe that was along the body side here because it's too low, and what you don't have is the grey line across the top of the radiator, what you should have. Main reason why I have removed the sector logos is because the colours were too dark. Right, take 36. I hate it when I don't press record and I have to redo it all and remember what I've said. I waffled on for ages, giving you loads of really wealth of useful information, but hey, I've lost it. So, what did I discuss? I've forgotten, so I'm going to have to ad-lib it again. So, we know where we're at with that Crompton on the bench, we know where we are with these Cromptons here, we're waiting transfers for the other blue Crompton 55. 6 is, no, that's pretty much it. Now what I do have still is one more Crompton, and he's up on the shelf up there. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to remove the sector logos and replace them, the orange stripe, the headlights, the radio pods, and touch up and paint them, whether or whether to do all that but paint it into general grey livery as 33002. I think was one of the first ones into just plain grey livery. I'm not yet decided, but hey, you can always let me know what you think on that one in the comment section. Okay, so the big news is, there's big news, and I'm going to pause and have a slurp before I tell you the big news. That was perfect drinking temperature, so I wasn't going to waste it. The this railway is going to be dismantled, but don't panic. We're not going to panic. It's coming apart, but we're moving around the house. We're coming out of the back box room here, and we're going to take it out to the main living area. We're going to rearrange the house so that we actually use more of the house, and this room will have a sofa bed for visitors and things who want to come and stay. So we're going to be moving out of here. That means I'll have more light to work with for starters, so we'll be able to see better. We'll get hopefully better video quality. This railway is low on the ground. I am kneeling here and I'm getting pins and needles, dead legs, poor circulation and everything else, cramp. And that was because, as you can see up there on the wall, is the display case. And it was already fitted on the wall before I started the green. It was there for when I was doing my 00 gauge layout previously, and so it set the height. I didn't want to re-drill holes and move it up or whatever, so this layer had to come down in height. So that does make some things a little bit more awkward. And so by going into the other room, we'll be able to raise it up to a more workable height. Makes videoing easier, viewing it easier, and makes my legs easier. That is all the news that's happening. Won't be quick. Got to do decorating in between as I move stuff around the house, and so you will just appear one day in the other room. So, on that note, stay safe, enjoy your modelling, and I'll see you soon. Catch you later.